So about 5 months ago, I started the Unranked 2 Master Series, where I would only play Riven and then teach you guys how to go and climb through each elo, specifically like explaining how you should play the game. Now, I had a 95% win rate with an outstanding KDA. We also had about 76 wins with 4 losses, and then surprisingly enough, we eventually became the rank 1 Riven in the world, at least by accident. Today I want to show you exactly how I managed to carry myself so consistently in every single game. I'm going to show you one game in every elo so we can go over it, talk about it, and of course, learn you guys something new. Now, the first rank we're talking about is Bronze. So this game was the starting point from the Unranked to Master. This account originally started in placements in Iron, but officially started in Bronze. Usually in Bronze elo games, you can already win the laning phase just with the trading pattern alone already. Usually what you should focus on is trading your opponents, specifically when they try to go for a CS. As you can see here, Fiora was moving up to take that CS. My shield was almost about to come up, and I immediately go in for a trade as soon as she takes the second CS, leaving me in an open spot where I could all in, drop my ignite, and fully getting my combo off. Usually this alone, doing this a couple times in the laning phase, already allows you to snowball the lane because people in Bronze elo generally have no understanding of matchups or laning at all. As soon as you win the lane using the trading pattern, all that's left to do is consistently pushing out mid lane and top lane while taking down every single jungle camp. This is going to put you really far ahead in the game, and then all that's left to do is taking catches at the same time. I mean, just look at the Fiora here. She was already dead, so I was just standing there for fun. But either way, taking that kill on Fiora, then going back to farming out the jungle camps again, rotating down to bot lane using my super big lead, and getting kills there as well. As of the result, I was so huge in this game that I could not be stopped anymore. I guarantee you, if you play like this, you will win almost every single game in Bronze. The same concept of trading in Bronze applies in Silver elo as well. So every single time that your opponent, which is Garen in this case, is going to go for a CS, you want to drop down your entire full combo on it at the same time. And if you build up your wave into the turret of Garen, you can use that massive wave to either backboard and get an advantage with your item, or you could possibly even roam across the game as well. As you can see here, my top lane is being pushed into Garen completely, which means that he must farm that out. Meanwhile, I teleport to mid lane, getting a free kill, helping out my mid lane as well, and then once I go back top, I won't lose any farm because the wave is already pushed into Garen and now he has to reset it. The same concept after the laning phase applies in Silver elo as well. You want to constantly push down your lane, then roam down to mid lane, take as many catches and kills whatever you can, take down every farm with you in every single jungle camp, and then constantly do that on repeat. People in Silver elo have no understanding of how to react to this. And if you do this for 10 minutes long, you're eventually going to be like 2, 3, 4 levels ahead, and you're going to be huge and no one can stop you anymore. When you make it to Gold elo, the same things that I learned you previously will apply here as well. You're going to be constantly trading whenever they go for a CS, but also mainly have the pressure in the lane. Just so we can use that to roam across the game, possibly get jungle camps down, or being able to buy the next item while forcing your opponent to stay in the lane. Now, in order to carry consistently in gold, there's a couple things that matter. First of all, your map awareness is top priority here. You want to check every 1 or 2 seconds what is going on around the map, because people in Gold elo are a lot better than Silver and Bronze. There's a lot more things happening, and by being fully aware of the map and everything around it, you can minimize the amount of mistakes that you create. Now, most importantly, when you want to carry consistently in this elo and you get a lot of kills and you're doing great, you do not accidentally want to make mistakes. You see, the main thing about gold elo is that once you make a mistake and you accidentally die one single time and you have so many kills, you're about to drop away 1000 gold in an instant. Making another mistake gives you another 1000 gold to the enemy team. You want to prevent those things. You want to play as flawlessly as possible. When you make it to Platinum for the very first time, you will notice that some players are really good at their champion. Some players are really flawlessly at playing their champion, at least mechanically wise, not talking about everything else of the game. But what matters the most in this elo is that you get to win the early game. If you don't actually get to win the early game, and you will fall behind in some way, you won't be able to carry consistently. It's just the way it is. Platinum players have a lot more understanding than the previous tiers. So your main goal is to get better at laning. This is going to be your top priority. This needs to be played perfectly in order to carry yourself consistently. Now, there are 5 concepts about laning that you have to learn and master if you ever want to make it out of Platinum. And those main concepts are when to freeze, when to build up a wave for advantages, when you are supposed to trade, which is the trading pattern, when to use your TP, and when to backboard, well, the right time of it. Those things are key towards winning early game in Platinum, otherwise you simply won't make it. Now, as ridiculous as this may sound, in Platinum, as soon as you win the early game, the same concept of in Bronze, Silver, and Gold elo applies here as well. It is simply a matter of pushing down top lane, consistently farming out everything you can find, which is the jungle camps, the laning phases, and possibly getting as many catches as you can. And simply off this, you can win games ridiculously easy. Once again, Platinum players are nowhere near perfect. Mechanically wise, they're really good, and that's why I recommend mastering the early game. But once you make it to the mid-late game, the exact same concept that I've been trying to teach you this whole video applies here as well. Now, Diamond is when things become quite interesting because people have mastered their champion here and they have a general idea of how the lane works. Usually, I play around my teammates as much as possible, trying to either get catches myself or pushing my teammates ahead. Usually, I look into either winning the lane using my jungler to my advantage or possibly getting roams off to mid lane to push my own teammates ahead. What you often still don't really get to see in Diamond is teammates helping out each other, and that's why this matters so much. In this case specifically, the Lee Sin was trying to fight my teammates, Volibear was topside, relaxing, chilling out, taking farm, while I am here taking the red buff from Lee Sin, getting a huge 800 gold lead, and then using that red buff to jump on Volibear as well, forcing a fight with him, and of course, going to win that very hard because the red buffs gives like a massive advantage as well. It is also extremely important to play around objectives at this point. For instance, in this case, the Drake is about to spawn very soon. So what I did was I pushed down the lane so they were forced to farm out that lane. Meanwhile, standing between the Drake and their base, farming out their jungle camps. This way, I can 100% secure the Drake so they don't even get a chance to come near. You want to try to be at every Drake possible and always try to make some kind of play before the Drake spawns to force 5 against 4, force like moments where you can outnumber your enemy team. Now, of course, guys, this is what you may expect if you are playing really clean every single game. You can definitely solo carry by yourself. For instance, all of these 76 wins with 4 losses have all been done by myself. No duo queue. You could easily find that in the Unranked to Master if you do some research. But either way, having a 95% win rate and such an insane KDA, this might sound like a dream to you, but once again, if you play super clean in every single game that you play, like this is something that you get as a result. Now, of course, guys, one little thing that I do want to mention, the website said that I was the rank 1 Riven in the world. I'm not really calling myself the #1 in the world. I have a lot of respect for all the other Riven mains as well, which are also in Challenger. Everybody plays like different. I have a different playstyle myself too, but this is just according to the website. So yeah, hopefully you understand that. Either way, guys, I'm actually going to go live on stream right now. So thank you for watching today's YouTube video. If you want to see like more YouTube videos like this, let me know in the comments down below, guys, and I might make more of these. But yeah, thank you for being here today's YouTube video, and I will see you guys in the next one.